Let me ask you something. Do you want to look like a high-value partner? Or do you want to become one for real? There's a huge difference. Most people think if they look good on the outside, have the right job, dress well, say all the right things, that's enough to seem valuable. But here's the truth. Real value doesn't come from what others see. It comes from who you are, deep down. Think about it. If you're always chasing approval, always trying to impress, you might get attention for a while, but that respect fades fast. We live in a world obsessed with appearances, the perfect photos, the shiny achievements, the constant need for likes and validation. But none of that builds anything real. Let's take Marcus Aurelius. Yes, he was a Roman emperor, but that's not why people respected him. They respected him because of his self-discipline, his wisdom, and his unshakable inner strength. His value wasn't tied to his title, it was rooted in his character. And no one could take that away. That's the kind of high-value partner you want to be. Not just impressive on the surface, but solid, grounded, and truly respected. So ask yourself, are you focused on building real inner strength? Or are you just trying to look the part? In this video, we're breaking down exactly how to build lasting value, Stoic style. Step by step, I'll show you how to become the kind of partner who's respected, trusted, and never has to chase approval. Let's dive in. 1. Inner stability. Be unshakable no matter what. One of the first signs of a high-value partner is simple. They are emotionally stable. No matter what's happening around them, whether it's drama, conflict, or unexpected challenges, they don't get rattled. They stay calm, clear-headed, and in control. Why? Because true strength isn't about never feeling emotions. It's about not letting those emotions control your actions. People who are grounded give off a powerful vibe. Others feel it, whether in a relationship, at work, or in daily life. They become a source of calm in a world full of chaos. And let's be real. We've all been in situations where we overreacted. We let anger, frustration, or insecurity get the best of us. And afterward, we regret it. Not because we felt something, but because we lost control. Stoicism teaches us this core principle. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond. That's where your true power lies. So how do you build this kind of inner stability? Here's a simple practice. Every day, check in with yourself. Ask, is this situation within my control? If the answer is yes, great, take action. If the answer is no, let it go. Don't waste your energy fighting battles you can't win. And when emotions rise up, because they will, train yourself to pause. Take a breath, respond calmly, never react impulsively. Over time, you'll notice something powerful. You stop being shaken by every little thing, and that quiet strength, it speaks louder than words. Remember, high-value partners aren't the ones who avoid challenges. They're the ones who handle them with grace and control. That's the foundation of real respect. 2. Radical self-respect. Set non-negotiable standards. Here's a truth most people avoid facing. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will. It sounds simple, but it runs deep. You can't expect others to treat you well, to value your time, or to honor your boundaries. If you don't have clear standards for yourself. The problem is, many people think they have standards. But when push comes to shove, they bend. They make excuses. They tolerate things they know deep down are not okay. And what happens? Other people notice. Whether it's in relationships, friendships, or business, people can feel when your standards are shaky. And unfortunately, they'll test those limits again and again. That's why true self-respect isn't just about saying you have boundaries. It's about setting non-negotiable standards and sticking to them. No exceptions. This is where Stoicism comes in strong. Stoics don't base their worth on outside validation. Their value comes from within because they know exactly what they stand for. So if you want to be a high-value partner, it starts here. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Take out a piece of paper and write down your personal deal breakers. What behaviors, situations, or dynamics are you no longer willing to tolerate? Be honest, be specific. Don't just think it, write it down. Then, and this is the key, commit to it, fully. No more bending, no more excuses. The next time someone crosses one of those lines, you'll know exactly where you stand. And you'll be able to act with confidence. Because here's the thing, when you respect yourself so fiercely that it's non-negotiable, other people have no choice but to step up or step out. And that's how you build real, lasting respect. 3. Emotional independence. Never rely on external validation. Let's be honest. We all like to feel appreciated. It feels great when someone tells you you're doing a good job, or when someone reminds you how much you mean to them. Even simple things, like a compliment or a kind message, can brighten your day. And that's completely normal. We're human. We need connection, and it's natural to enjoy positive feedback. But here's where the problem starts. When you begin to rely on that praise to feel good about yourself. Because if your confidence is always tied to what other people say or do, you're going to feel up and down all the time. One day, you feel amazing because someone gave you attention. The next day you feel low because nothing. And suddenly, your sense of worth is out of your hands. High-value partners don't live like that. They know their worth, with or without outside approval. Think about someone you really admire. They don't seem desperate for attention. They're calm, confident, and steady. Whether people are praising them or not, that's emotional independence. And here's what Stoicism teaches. Your worth isn't something other people give you. It's something you build for yourself every day. If you rely too much on others to feel valuable, you'll always feel uncertain. But if you focus on building your own confidence from the inside out, no one can shake it. So here's a simple way to practice this. Once a week, do something that reminds you of your own strength, without telling anyone. It could be finishing a hard workout, learning a new skill, sticking to a personal goal you set for yourself. The important part? Do it for you. No posting about it, no looking for compliments. This builds inner proof, evidence that you are capable, strong, and valuable, no matter who's watching. And here's what's powerful. When you make this a habit, you'll notice you don't need constant reassurance anymore. You'll feel steady. And funny enough, that quiet confidence will naturally attract respect from others. That's the real win. 4. Purpose over approval. Stay mission-focused. Here's a big mindset shift. When you're focused on your purpose, you naturally gain respect without even trying. People are drawn to those who have clear direction. There's something magnetic about someone who knows what they're working toward, someone who moves with intention instead of just floating around, trying to please everyone. The problem is, many of us fall into a trap. We get so caught up in seeking approval that we lose sight of our own path. You start making choices not because they align with your goals, but because you're hoping someone will notice, praise, or like you more. And over time, you drift further from your real mission without even realizing it. But here's the truth. Approval fades fast. Purpose lasts. High-value partners don't chase attention. They chase their mission, and that clear focus naturally makes them attractive because people respect those who are driven and independent. Think of someone who inspires you. Is it because they're constantly asking for feedback and trying to fit in? Or is it because they have a clear sense of purpose and stay true to it no matter what? That's the energy you want to build. So how do you stay mission-focused? Step 1. Take time to identify your core mission. What matters most to you? What are you working toward, not just for others, but for yourself? It could be building your career, improving your health, growing your mindset, whatever feels true to you. Step 2. Every day, ask yourself, am I acting from purpose, or am I just trying to please someone else? That simple question keeps you on track. And here's the magic. When you stay focused on your mission, you stop worrying so much about who's watching. And ironically, that's when people start paying more attention, because nothing is more attractive than someone who's clear, confident, and moving with purpose. 5. Strategic silence. Speak less, impact more. Here's something powerful that most people overlook. The less you say, the more powerful your presence becomes. High-value people don't rush to fill every silence. They don't feel the need to explain everything, overshare, or talk just to be heard. Instead, they understand that silence can speak louder than words. Why is that? Because when you pause and choose your words carefully, your words carry more weight. People lean in, they listen more closely, and they respect your presence because you're not wasting their time or your own. Think about it. Who do you respect more in a conversation? The person who talks non-stop, explaining every little thing, or the person who speaks calmly, says only what's needed, and leaves space for their words to land? It's no contest. That quiet strength, it leaves an impression. Stoicism teaches us this well. Control over your words is a form of control over yourself, and the more you master that, the stronger and more grounded you appear. Here's a simple way to apply this. Next time you're in a conversation, especially a tense one, pause before you respond. Take a breath. Think about what's really worth saying, and when there's a moment of silence, don't rush to fill it. Let the quiet do its job. You'll notice something interesting. People start to respect your words more, because when you speak less, everything you do say hits harder. Over time, this builds a presence that feels calm, in control, and unshakable. Remember, not every thought needs to be spoken, but when you do speak, make sure it counts. That's how high-value people communicate. 6. Consistent discipline. Build trust through action. Let's be real. Anyone can talk a good game. We've all met people who make big promises, say all the right things, talk about their goals and plans. But when it's time to follow through, nothing happens. That's why high-value people don't rely on words alone. They build trust through action, consistently. Here's the key. True value isn't about doing something impressive once. It's about showing up over and over again, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Because while talk fades fast, patterns build trust. People notice when you're reliable. And more importantly, you start trusting yourself more. Think about someone you respect deeply. Is it because they made a grand gesture once? or because they've proven over time that they're steady, dependable, and committed. That's the power of consistency. Stoicism is built on this idea. Discipline isn't just a nice concept, it's the backbone of real strength. And it's the daily choices, not the once-in-a-while efforts, that define you. So how can you apply this right now? Pick one small habit, something simple but meaningful. It could be a daily workout, reading 10 pages of a book, writing down 3 things you're grateful for, meditating for 5 minutes. Whatever you choose, commit to it for the next 30 days. Show up every single day, even when you're tired, even when no one's watching. It's not about perfection. It's about building the muscle of discipline. And here's the magic. Over time, that small habit becomes proof. Proof that you're someone who follows through. That kind of self-trust is powerful, and others will see it too. Remember, high-value people aren't defined by what they say they'll do. They're defined by what they actually do, consistently. That's how real trust and real respect are built. The blueprint for becoming a high-value partner. Let's bring it all together. If you want to become a truly high-value partner, it's not about tricks, quick fixes, or looking impressive on the outside. It's about building real strength from within. Here's your blueprint. 1. Inner stability. Stay calm and grounded, no matter what. 2. Unshakable self-respect. Set clear standards and never lower them. 3. Emotional independence. Know your worth, even when no one is watching. 4. Purpose-driven focus. Stay true to your mission, not to pleasing others. 5. Powerful silence. Speak less, but with more impact. 6. Consistent discipline. Show up every day and let your actions speak. These aren't just ideas. They are daily choices that build the kind of value no one can fake, and no one can take away. And here's the truth. Being high value isn't about impressing others. It's about becoming someone you respect, first and always. Because when you do that, the right people will recognize it, naturally. So if you're serious about building unshakable confidence and mastering Stoic power in every part of your life, don't stop here. Watch the next video right now and take the next step to becoming the strongest, most grounded version of yourself. Let's keep building.